Oh, hey there. Yeah, I bet you guys thought I was dead. Nope, I'm back. This next makeup tutorial was inspired by Miles Quaritch from the movie Avatar: Fire and Ash. Check it out.
I started by applying a nose prosthetic using Aide. This is a generic latex piece from Tinsley Transfers, and honestly, for the price, it holds up pretty well. No complaints, solid performance. I applied Aide around the perimeter of my nose, let it tack up, which is key. Don't rush it, and then press the prosthetic into place. Once that was set, I repeated the same process with these large space tip ears from Woochie. And I'll be honest, ears are awkward. If you ever tried to glue something to the side of your own head without help, you already know. After everything was attached, I went back over the edges with 2 to 3 layers of Aide to blend them in. This step makes a big difference. You don't want visible edges unless you're going for Halloween mask from the gas station. Now moving into color. I took a small pointed brush and started applying a light blue to the center of the face. I kept it very watered down and built it up slowly in layers. It's one of those processes where it looks weak at first, but give it time, it comes together. Then I switched to a larger foundation brush and added more watered down makeup going over the entire face. Same idea here, thin layers. We're building depth, not painting a wall. I added a subtle surface highlight just using the tips of the brush. Again, keeping everything soft and translucent. Because I don't have an airbrush setup or a visual effects team on standby, this is how we fake that depth. Make sure to cover the eyelids and blend into the creases of the eye socket. Then gently go over the ears and the ear tips. Next, using the Blue Squid Pro palette, I took a watered down royal blue and a small pointed brush and started adding streaks across the face. These should vary in width and shape. Keep them uneven so they look more organic. Follow the contour of your cheekbones, trace along the bridge of the nose, and create vertical, slightly wavy lines down the forehead. Blend some of that color under the brows and into the eye sockets. Then add a highlight by mixing white with watered down blue and applying it to the center of the nose. Small details like that help everything stand out more. Now this is where I switch things up a bit. I took a beauty blender, added the smallest amount of water, and lightly pressed over the streaks to blend them back into the base. This softens everything and gives the skin a smoother, more natural finish, while still keeping some texture underneath. After that, I repeated the same process, adding streaks again, but this time with a brighter highlight using Mehron Classic White. It's the same technique, layered, organic, slightly uneven lines. Focus on diagonal movement across the cheekbones and vertical lines down the forehead. Then go back in and push the highlights on the nose a bit further. Using a small pointed brush, add fine highlight dots across the nose and the center of the face. Keep the paint watered down so it stays subtle. This isn't supposed to look stamped on, it should blend in the skin. Then take some blue and deepen the edges around the nose and the nostrils, blending it out into the face for added definition. Now for the center detail, take a cotton swab with a bit of water and erase a large triangle shape in the middle of the forehead, pointing downward. It feels wrong, but it works. Go in with Mehron Classic Black using a small liner brush. Outline the triangle and fill it in carefully. This is right in the center, so take your time. This is not a place to rush. I used a bunch of reference photos from the film, but I also found some great details and images of toy figures. I wanted this look to be more like a committed cosplay, so I even did a military style haircut and built a radio earpiece. For the lower half of the face, I used the shade Beachberry from Mehron and filled in that deep red across the lower face and down the neckline. Keep the edge clean where it meets the blue and bring it all the way down to your shirt so there's no visible skin breaking the illusion. I love this portion of the look because the red of the Ash clan makes the character appear so much more intense. Then I re-established a light blue highlight where the colors meet and added color to the lower lip to increase contrast. And that's the final look, fully built, layered, and a lot more straightforward than it probably looked at the start. If you made it all the way through, I appreciate it. Let me know if you guys have seen Fire and Ash, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.
Well, this is awkward. Now what? We all gonna hold hands and sing?